For my book talk assignment, I read the young adult fiction romance book Eleanor and Park novel by Rowell. The book takes place in Omaha, Nebraska, around the year of 1986. There are two main characters in the book, Eleanor Douglas and Park Sheridan. Eleanor had just transferred to a new high school and didn't seem to be fitting in very well. She dressed oddly, wearing men's clothes, and she had big red curly hair that drew attention to her. On her first day, riding the bus to school, nobody wanted to let her sit next to them, but eventually Park let her sit down next to him. They started off not talking at all, but over time fell in love and couldn't stand to be apart from one another. Eleanor is really happy when she's with Park, but at home she's gloomy. She has an abusive alcoholic stepfather, Richie, that will do anything to make her life just miserable. Rowell beautifully tells the story of young love in a simple, realistic, and straight-to-the-point fashion. She talks as if she were a teenager of our generation, as if she understands us individually. Each chapter is either from the perspective of Eleanor or Park, so that thoroughly helped to talk us through what the characters were really thinking and feeling, using serious yet amazing tones. In this passage, Park is explaining why he thinks Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet had been such a popular story for so long. Because, he said quietly, looking at his desk, because people want to remember what it's like to be young and in love. This passage represents Park's thoughts on Romeo and Juliet, but it secretly reveals how Park really feels about Eleanor. Park does not talk much about his emotions, and he isn't very vulnerable. But at this key point in the story, I think that Park finally recognizes that even at such a young age, he is in fact in love with Eleanor. My reaction to this book was really a bunch of mixed emotions. The story itself was captivating and extremely interesting, and I was curiously reading through this whole book wondering where Eleanor and Park's relationship would take them next. Sadly, the ending was a real heartbreaker. I would recommend this book for teenagers that like reading a good romance novel, because I think that is the audience that this book is really intended for. As far as a rating goes for this book, I would give it about a 4 out of 5 stars, because overall, it was really just a remarkable book.